Hi everybody, welcome back if you've watched me before, and if you haven't, welcome. My name is Vicky, Stitch and Button. Today is May 14th, it's Tuesday, day after Mother's Day. All moms out there, I hope you had a great day. I had a nice relaxing day, and I woke up to a fresh pot of coffee, and that was good enough for me. I just wanted to do a little update. I actually did a little bit of power stitching. Had some goals I wanted to reach, and I did. Other goals that I wanted to reach, and I didn't. But that's cross stitch for you, isn't it? This time I'm going to try Movie Maker. I downloaded it on my computer. So I'm going to see if I can't insert stuff, pictures, and this, that, and the other thing. So I might try to just insert it at the end, just to play with it. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. Let's start out with my whips, my works in progress. I don't have too much on whips. I do have Edgar Allan Poe here. Let me see. Put some behind it. I think since the last time I showed this, I added his other eye. I mean, he looked pretty cool with one eye, but he wasn't a pirate, so I started putting his other eye. And he's still looking good. Still love this fabric. Let's see, there, it's a little bit better. So he's still looking good. I think my next goal is to try to get a lot more of him done. I do want to get him done sooner than later, but I got a little sidetracked with May 4th. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so of course I decided to do the May 4th start for Star Wars, and I chose two of them. One's called I Love You to the Moon and Back, and the other one's called Laugh It Up Fuzzball. And I'm looking at my notes. They are both by Dollface Embroidery. I found her through a group that I belong to on Facebook called Mildly Offensive Fiber Arts. And if you're not easily offended, go ahead and join the group. There's a lot of different things. It's not just cross stitch. It's cross stitch, crochet, hand embroidery, all kinds of different things to do with fibers, fabric. It's fun. There are a lot of cool ideas. I found a lot of things on there. Anyway, she, I think I found her last year. She had a sale. It was for, if I remember correctly, it was for a charity. And she did a little sale, so I took advantage of that. I have a little mogwai. I have a gizmo that I bought, and then I have one that's a picture of a gnome, and then it says what I'm saying on the bottom. Get it. So for May 4th, I did Laugh It Up Fuzzball, and I was going to start both of them, but he was moving so fast, I started and finished on the same day. There's Chewy. And I used just the DMC that was called for. Actually, except for one, I had to change a color because I didn't have it. So I just changed it to another brown. And an afterthought was I should have done a little bit of gray and silver. I think that would have looked cuter. But that's okay. And this is on, I want to say it's a Lugana. It's definitely an even weave. It was 28 count. And it's like denim or something like that. He's going to get framed. I already ironed him out. Another one that I was determined to finish, like, you know, famous last words, right? Maui Jen, Dark Side Stitcher. I'm going to finish this, and then you're eating your big bowl or words for the next couple of days. But this one is really cool. This one was the one that I told you I dyed on a pink Irish linen napkin. I don't know if I can get the colors quite right on this, but it's a skull. It's going to be for a friend of mine. This is going to get framed actually really shortly. I've been kind of busy doing a lot of sewing lately, so I haven't gotten to frame this one yet. I'm pretty sure I probably have a frame in there that it should fit in, and it's charted all in DMC black, and it takes about 3 skeins of black in case you end up going and buying this chart. Couple of notes. It takes about 3 skeins of black. I changed the middle motif there to use hot rod because I wanted a little different color in it. So I used Hot Rod from Weeks Dye Works and a lot of DMC black. And if you look at the pattern on it, this is supposed to be mirror image, but on the pattern on this side, I had to add a couple of stitches because it wasn't exactly like the other side. And I'm looking at it and it was kind of weird. And there might have been another spot, but that's just an FYI. But I really like the way this turned out. This was an uneven weave. I do believe it was something like 32. It was either 32 by 36 or 36 by 40. I'm not sure. And I ended up flashing my back, so I figured I'd show you. I know Pam and Steph like to show the backs too, but I got a compliment on the back. I try to keep it neat. Most times I do. This is one of my neater backs. It's kind of easy with it when it's all one color and the motifs are so close together. But I almost didn't recognize what side was which when I laid it out over here. So that one is by Happy Stitches for You, also on Etsy, and I'll put all the links below. Then another one that I did real quick, I started and finished right within a couple of days. I make working copies of everything. I kitted this up over 10 years ago. And I made a working copy. I know I was in Philly at the time. That's why I know it's over 10 years ago, because I left Philly in 2007. And I was kitting up all kinds of things. And I decided to just throw a whole bunch of kits together, and I photocopied all the charts, and I put the working copies in, and I put the charts away. I can't find the original chart for this. And it's hard to find. It's by Hillside Samplings. It's called The Witch Is In. And I actually messed up, and I'll show you what I did in just a moment. But this is her. It's a small piece. She's supposed to have, okay, I can't even show you a picture because it was hard to even find a picture you can see because it's so old. It was copyright 2000, I think. So I couldn't even find a chart to go buy it again if I wanted to. And it wasn't clear because it just showed you the stitches around, but it didn't say to fill it in. And the stitches around the face, but it didn't say to fill it in. So I'm looking for a picture, and that's when I figured out she just like totally up and disappeared, this designer. So anyway, it's called The Witch Is In. And what had happened was, my story, I'm sticking to it. I was stitching this along, and she's all coming along great. I did the whole face, and I did the whole hat, and I did the lettering, which is over 1, by the way. And I do believe this is 28 count. It's a 28 count linen, and I don't know what brand or anything like that. And it might even, it's not a raw linen, it's like a crew, I guess. Anyway, so I'm stitching along, and I went onto the spider. And then I finished the whole entire spider. I did all the back stitching, the running stitch on it, the whole 9 yards. And then I started doing the hair, and I noticed the hair was going over the spider, but it wasn't on the chart. And that's when I realized I was supposed to put the spider off the tip of the hat, not the tip of the brim, but the very tip of here. And the original chart had bat, 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 and then in the corners each one had a moon. And I don't think that there was, I put it away. And then there was like some dotted lines. So it was supposed to be like a total square. It's only like 39 by 39. So since I did that, and I said, you know what? You can't, if you can't fix it, feature it. Because I wasn't ripping all that out after I did that. And I'm famous for featuring the stuff that I can't fix. So I figure I might as well make it look like, I didn't even add eyes to them, but I just made it look like it was in her hair. And then I added a bat, and it wasn't supposed to be attached to the hat. I should have brought it down like another stitch or two, but that's fine too. And I still like the little moon, so I fit it over here in the corner. And I'm actually going to put this as a, I don't know, is it called a flat fold when you're just going to make a little sign out of it? And I'm going to stick it on my door. This piece, if you'll look, this is going to lead into, oh, this is Hillside Samplings, by the way. Like I said, I can't find it anywhere, so. There's a little I just used stretcher bars for the first time this past month. And I noticed on this piece, this was on the 5-inch stretcher bars, and I'm sort of glad it was as small as it was. I'm noticing, because I never really read a lot about them, and I only found out about them recent months, so this is the first time using them. It's great for small pieces, but it leaves little holes, and I can't, like, it stretches the holes apart. I don't know if you could tell right there. But anyway, the little, there's one, looks like a run. So I wasn't real happy about that, but I think by the time I'm done doing the FFO that you won't even see that, and I could probably take a needle and put it back if it is in that area. But that's a con on those, because I guess if you have to put a tack in it, you're not going to want to have to actually show that fabric when it's done. So this one's done, and I have some cool fabrics, a couple of fabrics I'll toss back and forth and figure out how I want to FFO it. I've been doing a lot of sewing. One of the other things, actually, I did 2 of them, and somebody wanted it, and I sold it. So these are those bags that I told you about that I made from a tutorial on Facebook, on YouTube, Flosstube, and it's Frida fabric. So I made 2 bags, and when I started making these bags, I really had no intention of really selling them, but a couple of my friends are like, can you make me one? Can you make me one? And not for nothing, I don't mind doing it, but I'm not working, and my time isn't really that free, even though I'm not working. You know, I have to make up for it somehow. So I did charge for them. Anyway, I chose this crazy fabric inside, which matched these colors on the outside, and there's 2 of them. The other one's on the way to the person, so I can't show that one already. I mean, right now. So maybe she'll show it on her. It is a floss tuber, so maybe she'll show it, probably. Anyway, really cool fabric. I think I showed this my last one, but it turned out to be a really cute bag. And this one, actually, I showed a friend of mine. She's like, I want it, so a friend of mine's getting that too. And that's it for my finishes. I was digging for my first ever cross-stitch pattern from my last video. I said I'd take a look for it. I did look for it and where I thought it would be. It's not there. I probably come up with some great idea to put it in a very special, safe place. And you know, when you do that, that means you're never going to find it again, or you'll find it when you're looking for something totally different. So I did take a look for about 15 minutes, and when I did that, I found something. I guess it's good to hoard some stuff. This is from 1989. I didn't even know I had this cross-stitch roller. It's, this is for the larger sizes, and this is, well, you know, the linens, and for the Adas. I didn't even know I had that. I know I usually use this one, which I think I've probably had this one just as long. I don't know if you guys, these always came in magazines. I don't know if anybody remembers that. These used to come in a lot of the magazines and books and stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure this came, I mean, it says Oxmoor House, Vanessa Ann Collection. I just thought that was cool. I'd show that. And what else? I have acquisitions and mail and stuff. Oh, and if I'm not making any promises, if this movie maker works, I will insert a picture here showing one of my kitted, the other kitted I Love You to the Moon and Back. It's cute. It says I love you to the moon and back, and it shows the Death Star, and then it says that's no moon in little quotes, I mean parentheses, and it's only like 3 or 4 colors. It's in black and grays, and it has a border around the outside. I'm not doing the border because I think if I don't do the border, it'll fit in almost the same frame as Chewy will, and that's the other one I was going to start on May 4th, but I decided not to because I just wanted to get him done, but he's still going to be done soon. The other one that I kitted is Here Lies My Needle. Here Lie My Needles, or as Michelle Bendy says, Broken Needles, because she can never remember the name of it, even though she's stitching on it. I have a lot, I made a working copy because I make a lot of notes on mine. I try to now I try to write down the fabrics and threads that I use. But here is that piece there. And there is a sail going on. There's a stitch along going on. Sorry about that. There's a stitch along going on, and there is a group for it. If you want to look on Facebook, I think it is called Here Lie My Needles SAL. So you can go ahead and do that. I know they already started. I'm a little late in the game to that because I was sort of going back and forth. I really liked it. And then I finally just said, you know what, I'm getting it. And so I've had it here, and then I was too lazy to finish kitting it. But I did pull the fabric for it. It's a Charles Craft, is it? Yeah, it's Charles Craft linen, Irish linen, one piece, 28 count in T. And the threads I'm choosing, there's a lot of Victoria Motto. I use some of the called for. So I'm using these. And those are coming up pretty good. There's another brown back there, like a golden brown. Try to get that to show. And I can make a list if anybody wants to know what I use. If you're that interested in what I use, I could always make a list of them for you if you send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, or I don't know about the YouTube thing. I don't even know how to message people on YouTube. I think it goes to your email account, which is fine too. But that's Victoria Motto. And then I did choose some of the Gentle Arts and Weeks that I had. And the one for the skin on the lady, she almost looks like pasty dead white. So I decided not to use that color, but to use Perfect Pie Crust instead, which is more of a peachy color, which is this one right here. And these are the other colors that were called for. And then a couple of them I didn't have, so I went with a Lemon Mint Dinky Dyes. And it said 30-20, 30-21 for the black dress. Was it, because I'm not going to use, you know, 2 skeins of mascara or whatever over that. Doesn't make any sense for that big dress. So I decided not to do that, and I didn't want to use 310, so I went with the 3371, which is a really, really, really dark brown, and I have a lot of that, so I'm thinking a skein. It may need 2, but I have plenty to fill that in. So that is that kitted up too, that I'll start soon. I think Michelle's just about done hers if she hasn't already. And I have some new stuff, new stock stuff. I went to Walmart the other day, and I always go in their remnant bin just to see what they have. I got this cool fabric for $1.21. Look at all those frogs all over the place. They're surfing. Is that upside down? Yeah, sorry, yeah. There. It's purple. Frogs, toads. I thought they were cool. We have tons of frogs, and that's another thing. I will try to insert a small video clip of my dog jumping after frogs if this movie maker works. He doesn't eat them. He doesn't try to lick them. He sniffs them, and he pounds his paws at them and jumps at them. He just wants them to jump. Just wants them to jump, and he just gets thrilled over it. I call him Dodo half the time. He's just so thrilled over these frogs, and we have tons of them out front all the time. And the other day, there was one that we have a little step up into the house. It's not a real step, it's just a little. And the frog had jumped on there, and he was sniffing it, and he pounded it, and it sort of fell off and onto his paw. I thought he was going to lose his shit. You see the look on his face. He looked at me like, "Ma, it touched me." And he jumped back, and the frog jumped, and he just kept on looking at his paw and looking at the frog. It was hysterical. I couldn't stop laughing. Too bad I didn't have the video ready. And the video clip, if I get it on here at the end, it's going to be a little dark. And unfortunately, I can't do anything about that, because whenever I take the videos, it's at night. That's when the frogs come out, and it's not real bright outside my house. So I try to get the cutest things. Anyway, I kept on seeing this fabric, and I still have some of that other Frida fabric left because I want to make another bag. And I kept on seeing this fabric. It's only 97 cents. It's like a little fat quarter. And I thought, how cool would that be to go as the inside part of this? I think that'll go just fine for the inside part. Campy limes, cerveza with lime, right? So I picked that up for a whole 97 cents. I know, big spender, right? And I received some happy mail, happy stitchy mail. I contacted Christine from Stitch All the Things because she had all that stuff that she had said that she stole from her friends. And she said she wasn't going to do these Mill Hill kit with cows. Well, I like cows. And I went to Milton Hershey School. We took care of cows. I was fortunate enough to have what we called the easy barn. We only had the heifers and the calves. And I only had to deal with one dead calf, which I totally sobbed over. It was crazy. But they were great. And I really liked doing it, believe it or not, even the shitty part, literally. But it just, I think it builds character to have to work with animals and do work and actually, you know, move and lift and, you know, prove that girls can do it too. So anyway, cows are a thing. And I mean, I don't do everything cows, but I do like cows. So she had these kits, and I contacted her. I was like, hey, would you mind trading? Because I'm not asking for free stuff, you know. I'll trade. I have stuff. And she's like, no, I'll send it to you for free. I was like, no. I said, I'll send you something for it, you know. I have needle minders. I have charts. I have fabric, whatever. You know, fobs, zipper pulls. Anyway, so I had to cuss at her and tell her, what do you want? You know, because she's crazy like that. Anyway, so I traded her, and I don't even remember what I sent her, but she definitely trumped me because she sent, let me make sure, yeah. She sent this cute stationery, and I don't even think she knows, but I really, another thing of mine, dragonflies. I know a lot of people like butterflies. My best friend's a big butterfly person. She loves butterflies. She wrote a nice note, and it's got dragonflies, but I've always gone towards the dragonflies, and my friend Gina's always been butterflies. And then this was the kit that I had asked for, because I think that's cute. I'll put that on my fridge. And I have magnets, right? I'll put that on my fridge. It shouldn't take too long. So that's another one that I want to start soon, because it'll be a quick finish. And she threw this one in, which I think is cute, and that's campy. And I'll put that in my craft room just to have the cow. And then she added a piece of fabric, great color, and some color and cotton, which is, I've never had color and cotton. I don't have color and cotton. So this purple, which is almost the same color of the purple that I'm doing the Edgar Allan Poe on. Is that not? And I even like this green with it. It's like a seafoam green, a color of cotton. I don't know what Earth Day it's called. Anyway, so this is obviously from Stitchy Box, and it's a 32 count linen velvet sky fiberlicious Stitchy Box exclusive. So thank you, Christine. Absolutely love this. Gorgeous colors. I might even have to think of like maybe Ink Circles has something small that would be so cool to stitch that together. I'm not sure, but that'll be used. And I received, oh, and she threw in this, which I already made working copies because I got a real kick out of. Okay, so she sent this. Although I think this is funny, I'm not so sure that's something I would stitch. Alright, American Gothic. But who doesn't want to stitch a cow ass? So I think I want to stitch both of these up. Where am I going to put them? I have no clue. But I have to at least start with the ass end, right? That's what I'm figuring. So I don't know when I'll start it, but I already made the working copies, and I'll pull I mean, what's it going to take? White and black threads, some peach, and a little bit of green. It's probably got like 4 colors in it. Let me look. Oh, they got 2 color greens. So it looks like it's a whole 11 colors. Okay. So, and they're not that big. And then my other gift I received was from Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42. She had been stitching the Eloquent Squid, and we talked back and forth, and she asked me if I would like to stitch this, and I said absolutely. So I showed in my last video the threads that I went and bought from Dames of the Needle. She carries the Rami Creation threads from Italy, and I know I showed them, but I'll show them again. So I picked out colors. Now I know that although I love the colors Audrey picked, I like these ones too. Audrey went with the black squid and the lighter aqua colors. I decided on the darker teal colors and gray squid. Let's see if that's just through it. This is really modeled pretty decent, light and dark. The gray, not so much, just a little bit. So I received that in the mail. Love that. I haven't chosen the fabric yet. I'll probably go with a duller fabric, so that, or you know, like a light colored fabric, so this really pops. And she sent me this great postcard. Who doesn't love the Addams Family? And it says, just the kind of day that makes you feel good to be alive. That almost looks like the hurricane last year here. We didn't get a lot of damage, but here at my house. But I do know that we had tornadoes across town and everything. Some people had a lot of trees down, a lot of trees. I was not even 24 hours without electricity though, so I got pretty lucky. But we're close to the jail, so I think they work from like there on out. And she put a spooky sticker on there too. So it's really cool. Thank you, Audrey. Loved that package. That definitely made me very happy. And now I can put my card up so I can see it. And anyway, I'm not looking forward to this year. I don't want to deal with another hurricane season. I'm from Philly. And, I mean, ow! Look, I almost missed this. She also sent me this. Looks like a broom. And it's good she sent it because I couldn't find mine the other day when I was sewing. It's a seam ripper. I thought that was great. I'm going to put that with my sewing machine now, because I could have used this the other day when I was ripping out the seams. I was using little scissors, and okay, so I didn't do a valiant attempt on looking for the seamer. I'm sure it's here in one of these little things, and I was just frustrated. I said, screw it. I'll just do it with these scissors. But, love that. Again, thank you, Audrey. Let me make sure I've got everything. I'm almost done. It's going to be a short one today. Don't know. Oh, don't forget to check out, if you're interested and you like Halloween and spooky stuff, the Spooky Halloween Retreat in Savannah. I'll put a link, and I'm going to write myself a reminder. And I'll put a link below. You can go check it out. It'd be great if we can get this all wrapped up together so we can have this retreat in October. It's there's no classes offered, but there's going to be gifts, and there's going to be camaraderie and stitchy rooms and a lot of people and snacks and some giveaways. And I know that Jen said you can bring stuff. If you sell things, bring them, and then you can have a table to sell them on. And there's no extra fee for that, where at other retreats there are. I mean, tables go from $50 and up. So it's something to do if you are a merchant, to bring stuff out also, and to have some fun and stitch with us, and the little trip in town on the bus. So if you're interested, definitely get in touch. I'll put the, actually, don't. I'll put the link below so you can go read it all and follow the instructions on there, because I don't want to say just message Jen and then drive her nuts. It's a short trip. She doesn't even have to start the car, so, and we all know this. If you watch her, you'll know this. I am getting ready to go to a retreat myself. I'm going to the Prim Stitcher Society retreat. I'm leaving in 2 weeks, although it's in 2.5 weeks. I am leaving in 2 weeks. I'm going to meet up with Elizabeth from Dames and the Needle, and I'm going to help her pack her car. It's about an 8-hour drive to her house from here in Georgia. She's in Georgia, and I'm in Florida. So, to break up the ride, and I was going to fly up, but Elizabeth can use the help and the friendship, or you know somebody to drive the long drive with. So I'll make an 8-hour trip, which actually isn't too bad, because just leaving my house to go shopping for real, if you don't want to go to Walmart or TSC or the Publix, yeah, it's a 45-minute drive just to go shopping at the mall. So 8 hours, it's a little bit longer, but I can do that. That's not a problem. When I moved down here, we actually drove the whole 18 hours down. I think it actually took us 20 hours. And we drove straight through. And I'm stopped to pee and let the cats out. They were too freaked out. Never mind. You ever put a cat on a harness that's not used to it? My cats acted like they had palsy. It was embarrassing. Anyway, the one meowed the whole entire time. I was in the car by myself. My boyfriend and my son were in the moving truck, so they didn't have to listen to the cat. It was a nightmare, believe it or not. It was just, we get out about 30 miles and I start smelling something, and I thought there might have been a water treatment plant. No, it was the cat. She crapped in the box. So I had to stop, and good thing I had baby wipes, and I had to clean her up and the box, and I was just not thrilled, and she meowed the whole time. The other one just sat there. So the whole time. They didn't eat, they wouldn't drink, they would nothing. They wanted nothing, and the one wouldn't shut up, and the one wouldn't say anything. So anyway, so we did the whole trip at once. Boom, done. Oh, rabbit hole. I fell down, and I don't know where I was going with it. Oh, the drive. So I'm going to drive to her house, and it's about 8 hours, which means it'll probably be more like 9 hours by the time I stop and, you know, whatever, drinks or whatever. I'm going to go up there Sunday. I'm going to help her pack up her stuff for the show and get stuff priced, get stuff where it needs to be, and figure out what she's taking and what she's not taking. And then we're leaving Thursday early morning to go to Pennsylvania. It's in Harrisburg. I almost say Harrisburg proper. It's just on the outskirts of Harrisburg proper. And that's about 10 hours. So we're not doing the whole thing at once. I was going to fly up. She needed help. Decided to do the drive in 2 bits. So I'll help her out at the show also. It's a lot to pack up and unbox and do all that, and then box it all up and then drive all the way back. So we'll be coming back, I think we're leaving Monday, early Monday, to get back to her place, and I won't be home till the 5th of June. So I'm going to be gone for like a whole week. My dog is going to be depressed. I think he's going to need doggy Prozac. He's going to miss me a lot because he doesn't leave my side. Like, not even to go to the bathroom. It's a little creepy. So I will miss him. I'll miss my boyfriend. I know he'll miss me almost as much as the dog does. I know that. But they'll get over it. They'll be fine. I'll check in on them. Anyway, so I should have fun at this retreat. There's 2 classes there we're taking, and the Merchant Mall will be where Gina and I will be helping Elizabeth at the Merchant Mall. So if you're in Harrisburg, you plan on being in Harrisburg that weekend, come on and stop by. The Merchant Mall, I know, is open on Friday and Saturday. Is that June 1st? June 2nd and 3rd. June 2nd and 3rd. June 1st and 2nd. It's Friday and Saturday, open both days. And I forget the hours right now. But I think if you're not part of the retreat, I think it's $5 to get in. And I know they have make it and take it outside of the Merchant Mall. And there are a lot of designers and shops and mercantile people that are going to be there. Some fabric. I know Dixie Sampler is going to be there. Lori Brecklin from Not Forgotten Farm is going to be there. Matter of fact, she's got one of the classes. She's got a punch needle class she's showing. And Teresa from Delaney Woods, she's going to be there. She's doing the other class. She's doing across, she sent us our kits. I showed you the one that half that I did, and then she's showing us how to make that pocket. So there's 2 classes there. Those are all booked up. But you can at least come to the Merchant Mall, and if you do, come over and say hi to me. I'll say hi. I won't bite, or I won't bite hard. So come over and say hi to Elizabeth and I and Gina, and see what they have. So I think what I'm going to do for that week, because my Etsy shop, I usually send out either the same day if the mailman didn't come, because he comes late to my place. He's been here after dark before. I know he's usually here anywhere between 4 and 6:30 at night. So if I get an order early, I'll usually get that all done up, because most of my stuff's already made. I'll get it all done up and out the door and in the mailbox for him to pick up. If it's not the same day, it's the next day. So I don't think I want to leave my Etsy shop open all week, and if I get any orders, that they just sit there, because I know I'd sort of be like, hey, where's my stuff? Are you going to send it, you know? And I don't know that I'll have time to respond to everybody, so I think I'm just going to put it in vacation mode while I'm gone, and then just open it up when I get back. I also have to kick myself in the butt, because in my last video, I did say I was going to make 2 listings for the custom fobs and the custom poles, and I didn't do that. I totally actually forgot. It slipped my mind. I forgot. I got into sewing. I've been doing grime guards and stuff, and I just got into the sewing and getting these couple of things done. I forgot about it. I also need to add the needle minder frogger that I have, that I showed in my last video. These. Matter of fact, I don't know that I showed exactly how I use it. I know I said what it does. So basically it's a needle minder, and a regular needle will stick to the front. If you've got one, it sticks to the front. It's nice and light. And then if you need to frog, everyone knows that nobody wants to frog. But this is on chain, and this is a frogger. Now this doesn't stick on the front because of the chain and the beads, so it doesn't stick on the front. It's too heavy. So while you're not using it, you just put it right on the magnet. It all sticks on the magnet there, back there, and it's out of your way. And trust me, I've used it on this, and I used it on the skull. I ended up taking the whole cheek out, so I used it on that too. But when you need it, you just pull it around, pick out your stitches with it, and then just put it in the back, and the chain and everything's out of your way. And it worked very well for me, because I don't want to put anything out there that doesn't work. So I tried it, you know, and I like it. I personally like it. Like I said, this is mine. I kept the TARDIS, but I said I was going to put these up, and I didn't do it, because I had to take pictures, and then I finally took pictures, and I just didn't get them up there. But I will. I have a big note I wrote for myself, and I also have the other beaded froggers that I wanted to put up, and procrastination should be my middle name, but they're little beaded needle minders like this. The needle on the end. And there's different kinds. I have to take pictures of these, and I think that's sort of why I was just... But if you see any of these, have any ideas of what you want, a theme, like I said before, if you ever have a theme, or your favorite thing, or your favorite color, or you see something and you're like, oh, I want that in it, let me know. Let me know. You can get me on Instagram. I'm at QNVIKKI on Instagram, and I am on Facebook. You'll see me on a couple of groups. I am on Facebook as Victoria Gable, or you can write a message on, if you're trying to find me, just let me know in a comment or something. There's ways to get in touch with me. So, and even stitchandbutton@gmail.com is actually the email for this floss tube, and I check that every once in a while too. Or convo me on my Etsy. And for some reason, when you do a search for Stitch N Button, all one word, it doesn't come up. I don't know why, but it does come up when you put in QNVIKKI. I have no idea why that doesn't work the way it should, but I don't know what to say. Anyway, there are 3 things that are new to the shop this week, and I just figured I'd show you real quick. There are 3 needle minders. I'm not sure if I showed the horse. I think I did. I might have. Anyway, it's a horse. He's cute. A friend of mine, Lisa's like, hey, you have any horses? I was like, oh, I don't, but I'll get some. So it took a couple weeks to figure out what I was going to get and actually get it in. But she was happy with it. And then the Scream mask. It was only Scream mask, right? Got that in. And these are definitely on the shop page already. I know that because they were real easy to put up. So I just threw them up there. Stuff with a lot of pictures and trying to get at different angles tends to be a lot of work, and sometimes I just don't find the time for it. And then there's Tweety. Tweety Bird. He's up there too. And if you have any requests for needle minders, you're trying to think of a theme or something, again, message me. If I can't do it, I'll let you know. If I actually know somebody else that has it, I don't mind letting you know that either. So, I think I am done. Oh, I forgot to show you. Did I show you these before? I don't think I did. I ordered these. Vanna has her tutorials, and she's always talking about the poke sticks for the corners, so I ordered them, and I got those in a couple of weeks ago. They were shown as leather tools too, so that's probably what this is more for. But look at that. This one's plastic, it's not bone, so I'm sure I could snap it by accident if I get really angry. But it's a pretty decent size, and it's great for getting the corners when you're stuffing stuff, and I'll let you know if it works okay next time I go stuff something, because everything's done right now and still waiting for the trim. That's what happens when you do like a little bit of everything. It gets to be crazy and you forget what you were gonna do, or you get something else you wanted to do. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave those in the comments or contact me on Instagram or on here. And have a great day. And remember, if you can't fix it, feature it. Doesn't have to be exact, right? Not for everybody, it doesn't have to be exact. It has to be yours, so make it yours. And have a great day, and remember again, don't let anybody steal your sunshine.